I recently watched a video by Kiera Ivola called 6 Months to Change My Life, an Experiment. I've seen a couple other videos floating around YouTube and I really like the idea and it stuck with me. So I'm currently in a bit of a crossroads with my life anyways, and I thought this is the perfect time to try this experiment myself on my own life. In this video, we are starting to set up a 6-month trial to see how much I can change my life in 6 months, or if I fall apart trying. Either way, let's get into it. A quick intro to me. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm 25 years old and an artist, or trying to be one. And I studied art history at uni, where I graduated in 2021, right after the pandemic hit, and the world was very much upside down. Afterwards, I started my own social media management business, where I gained enough experience to get the job that I currently have, which is a social media executive. The job's cozy and lush, and I love it, but I'm very much within my own comfort bubble and need to break out of it. Don't get me wrong, I've dabbled in self-improvement before. I've read Atomic Habits, I've dabbled in a side hustle and had bursts of productivity, but I always end up back at the old version of me. So for the next 6 months, I'm gonna see what happens when I really commit. But you might be asking, Sam, what areas of your life are you even gonna be trying to improve? So here are the 6 areas I plan to work on. My art skill, career, physical health, lifestyle, travel, and finances. So you can follow along to see if I somehow achieve my dream life or just mildly panic and go back to square one. Either way, should be interesting. And this is episode 1, the plan. I need a game plan, so I did a deep dive into each of my goals and made lists and all that good stuff to make myself somewhat accountable. But you may be wondering, what are you actually going to do over the next 6 months? Let's break it down. First off, we're setting up some goals that are big but not unhinged in each area. So these are my goals for each area of my life that I'm planning to improve. So let's start off with art skill. For my art skill, I want to definitely have my art style down. I want to consistently be creating paintings that I'm proud of. And I want to learn at least 3 new techniques for oil painting. For physical health, I want to be working out at least 3 times a week, and I need to be drinking way more water than I am at the moment. So I'm planning on 3 liters of water per day, and this bad boy will help me with that hopefully. And I want to have clear skin, so I need to stop picking at my skin basically. For career, I'm going to be exploring jobs in galleries within my city and local area. I want to go to more networking events and meet more people who can potentially help me with my career. Need to find a new job. Need to do that. Girl is quitting her job soon. And I want to build my art business. For finances, I want to be making money from my art and social media, as well as have £20,000 in the bank by the end of the 6 months. Easy. Especially with the next thing, obviously travel. I want to live in a different country for a month, and I also want to go to Asia in the next 6 months. And lifestyle, so I want to be consistently waking up at 6 a.m, which means I need to have a good bedtime as well, reduce alcohol and things like that so I'm just a bit more healthier, and explore new places with my fiance. I think this is a good base point for all of my goals so far. To make these goals happen, I'm going to be using my trusty journal, which is this bad boy here. What I've done is I've separated those goals into ones that need to be achieved daily or monthly, and then the ones that are just like big tick off goals, like, oh, I've done that, I've gone to Asia type of thing. So now we're going to be making a main spread for all the goals that are just like one big tick and it's done. And then I'm also going to be starting my June monthly tracker. Obviously it is the middle of June. I'm pretty sure it's the 15th of June today, which will give us a good 2 weeks of beginning this tracking, but we'll be consistently putting these monthly trackers in to make sure that we're reaching these goals specifically, for example, waking up at 6 a.m. and drinking enough water, for example. So that's what we're now going to do for the rest of this video. I'm just going to quickly go through and make those tracker pages in here and show you what they look like. These trackers are all about accountability. It's about having somewhere you can tick your goals off, measure your success, and track your progress. For these bigger goals, where you can just tick it off in one big swoop, I think they might be easier because it's like a one and done situation compared to doing them monthly where you have to have that consistency, and that is where I've struggled before. Don't get me wrong, I have used these before. I do use monthly trackers within my journal. I even have a YouTube video I can link. You can watch that if you like. But consistency is where I struggle, and that is where this task will, you know, knock me down or lift me up. So here I've put these hearts and stars to colour in to track the 15 days left of the month that I have. And I've gone through and decorated it, and I really love how it looks. That's all sorted. I've made it very pretty and quite adorable to look at. I've added in some different pressed flowers that I did at the start of the summer, and I've highlighted some bits and added some colours so that it all looks quite pretty now and pleasing on the eyes. So now that's all sorted, I can track my monthly goals, as well as I now have a list of everywhere I can tick for my other goals. For the rest of the series, we will now be deep diving into each of these goals. For example, I have a plan that in one of my videos I will be going around my city approaching galleries for jobs. That will be a really lovely test of rejection and see how I do with that, but that's one of my ideas for my videos. I also already have a technique I want to try for a video for oil painting, so we've got that to look forward to as well. But overall, I think that we've got a good start on our hands here. I've definitely got some things that I'm ready to look into you guys with. Like, I've already done a deep dive into my art business, so I'll maybe make a video on that. Either way, I'm super excited to go on this journey, see where I get in the next 6 months, because it definitely will not be where I am right now, and we'll see what happens in the future. If you're interested at all, even mildly so, I would love you to subscribe and like this video, follow along, and maybe this will inspire you to do a journey of your own, see what you can change about your life in the next 6 months. It was lovely chatting to you guys, and I will speak to you later. Bye!